Hey everybody, it's Kenny Schaaf with this week's Real Talk With, and I'm here with a real estate team today that they do things a little bit different out here, and I thought their story was pretty cool, and well, some of the things they do. So let me introduce Team Freyre with Freyre Real Estate, and it's Robert and Chris that's here with us today. They're Brooklyn, the third generation. She couldn't make it today. She's doing some education. Why don't you all introduce yourself a little bit and tell me a little bit about you all?
Yeah, how you doing? My name is Robert Freyre. I am the principal broker for Freyre Real Estate. Was originally licensed in '82, a while back. Been doing it for a while, and I got Chris on board, and he's the office manager. So I'll let him speak on. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Christopher Freyre with Freyre Real Estate. My father's, like you said, principal broker for Freyre Real Estate. I'm a broker associate and director of sales. Brooklyn couldn't join us, but she is the third generation. You know, my father, like you said, licensed since '82. I've been doing it now for about 9 years. We actually just April 17th was our 9-year anniversary of Freyre Real Estate.
That's
so
awesome.
we're keeping it in the family, getting more generations to come for you. So she's been helping us out. Just got her license about 6 months ago. Been taking on really good and getting the transaction coordination done for us at the office. So everything's been working like clockwork, and I'm glad too because the last 6 months has stepped up insanely with the amount of traffic that's going on.
So you're seeing a lot of the traffic as well, then?
Oh, absolutely. It's a market I've never experienced. I got my license in 2012. Um, Really, everybody was like, "Oh, you're going to get your real estate license." It was a bad time. But now the numbers that we're seeing, I mean, we've far surpassed 2005, that peak that we had. We're well beyond those numbers, and the numbers that we're seeing now are incredible. We're getting great influx. People coming in from Chicago, New Jersey, New York, California, and a lot of cash buyers. A lot of cash buyers coming in.
So that's why that was going to be my question. So you're seeing a lot of the cash. Are you having to find you're all going over asking price on a lot of these, or are you able to get them in at asking price, or where are you finding that at?
Very rarely we will catch a seller. It still sometimes goes back to whoever gets it in first. If you're going to get a full offer in, get it in as quickly as possible. A lot of we're seeing more so that people are kind of fielding offers. So we'll go live maybe on a Wednesday evening, and we'll take all of the offers that were received over the last 3 or 4 days, and then we'll go ahead and make a decision Sunday evening, sometimes even before that, because we've had a few situations where the sellers with viewings are getting so overwhelmed. We went live on a Wednesday evening. The lady did not get back into her house until Friday was all booked out from 9 in the morning to 7 in the afternoon, both Friday and Saturday. And by Sunday, we had canceled the showings that there's just that much outpour of people. We're having buyers contacting us as realtors on top of their realtors actually reaching out to us and stuff. So there's that much traffic.
And it's good for us all. I mean, when we're doing that, I mean, it's great for the sellers. It is building the market up. How many families have you all helped over the past 12 months?
Over the past 12 months, we're around 40 closed transactions. We probably have 20 to 21 right now with new construction that are under construction or going to be closing here soon. And last couple of years, we're basically closing one deal a week on a consistent basis, and that's just from myself. Us as an office, probably we have 3 or 4 other agents who do
Okay.
a couple handfuls of deals a year. So we're putting out really good numbers for the small, the size firm that we are.
I didn't realize y'all had other, and so that's what was going to be one of my next questions. So you all have other agents other than you three that are part of the team there?
Yeah, absolutely. We have wonderful agents. Carmela Landine, she's been with us for about 4 or 5 years. She's fantastic. We have Bob. Bob Phillips lives in the neighborhood with us here in Bexley, and he's been a fantastic agent. We have Richard Brightman. We've had a couple, good good agents in the past come and then move on to do property management and things like that. So we've been very rewarded with those relationships that we've been able to take on like-minded people who are really generous. They want to help people. For us, it's all about the education and the information. So,
Right.
my father actually got his license back in '82 because he was going through a deal with a certain builder, and it was a $2,000 deposit, which back in '82 was like 10,
That's
15
quite a
grand
bit.
nowadays. So something happened with the interest rates and the lender. Well, that lender was a preferred lender of the builder, and they wanted to take his interest rate from like 7 to 17%, right?
Yeah, closer to 18.
Yeah, closer to 18%. My father's like, listen, keep the $2,000. I'm not going to pay such a steep increase. So
Yeah, exactly.
based on that and what happened, that's what compelled him, because we're people who we'd much rather prepare people for things to happen, so when they do happen, they're not such an event. And that's been the key for us. Customer service, education, communication, without a doubt, are our three founding principles here.
Communication and education is actually one of the things that I really try to do on the mortgage side also. I figure an educated consumer is a smart consumer, and that's the thing that we should all be doing, with our clients. So do you all primarily work with listings or buyers or both, or what do you all do
Both.
mostly?
Yeah, we work with both. We for a long time in the beginning, because we don't really advertise a lot, but a lot in the beginning we work with buyers because of our rebate program.
That's what I was going to ask you about. I know you all do something special with that, and so tell me a little bit about that and how that works.
Yeah, for the buyers, it's a fantastic program. Here in the state of Florida, rebates are legal through the Department of Justice. So what we do is we've been giving half, and for you number of people out there, we give 50% of our commission back to our buyers. So it's been
That's every buyer?
that's
Yes,
every single buyer. Every single buyer that's come through our doors, we've gone ahead and given 50% of our commission. And it's been our way of giving back to those people, because we understand it takes you being at your job and excelling and being there for a certain amount of years and putting in the hard work and having to work for that pre-qualification letter. It's not easy anymore to get qualified for a loan. Right.
No,
So
it's
when
not.
we're able to provide that rebate of 50%, the commission always varies. There's nothing that controls the commission. You can charge what you want.
Right.
It's what the seller or the buyer really want to pay. And normally it's the listing agent paying both realtors.
Right.
But the amount of money that we're saving, I mean, at a $500,000 home at 3%, you're at 15,000 commission. That's $7,500 that are going towards your closing costs and prepaids. And there's not many people out there that are average, that are giving away half of their commission.
I don't know anybody that's doing it other than you all. I
Yeah.
mean, I do the Homes for Heroes, and we do a minimum of $1,000, for the hero groups at Caliber. But I've not heard of anybody giving 50% of their commission. I mean, that's got to be an angle that's working for you all. I mean,
No, it definitely is. Being the website being out there for so long, this 9 years, and us really making relationships with a lot of the people. We really like, listen, it's a small world. My father still knows most of the original players from ERA Polo and stuff back in the '80s. They're still they're still the leading agents in our areas, and
right.
to have relationships with those type establishments and those agents. And listen, we got some killer rock stars with other offices that are out there doing well too, but really nobody's doing the program that we are. And I think the biggest part, we don't have the overhead. And nowadays, with everything kind of going virtual, we do have meeting places. We have an office down in Rocky Point, so if we need to meet anybody, we can definitely utilize the offices and the meeting rooms there. So if anybody wants to meet, but with the no overhead, us giving half the commission, I'd rather give it back to the buyers and the people instead of going, let's say, to go spend $10,000 a month on a billboard. I'd rather just give it back to our buyers. I mean, think it's
Well, I know that could definitely help. I mean, I've got clients where they're always looking for closing costs and those type of
right.
things, and that's the
Anything to
biggest.
help.
What's
Anything to
that?
help. I said anything to help.
It does, and I've not heard anybody doing that, so that definitely makes you all unique. I Now, is that just with you three, or is it everybody in your office?
No, we've been pushing the half commission for everybody. I mean, on our side,
Okay.
we've been pushing it, and that's a local thing that we've been doing for us. We have a couple of other agents that don't, but that's through their marketing efforts. Anybody that comes through their office. Um, One of the reasons that I really like how we've been kind of spacing it out to get one closing or one transaction a week is that it really allows us to give us the time that I think necessitates for you to truly educate your buyer or your customer or your client, because we do everything on a transaction broker basis. We really represent the transaction, which means we
Right.
we represent everybody. We represent the seller, the buyer, our side, the other office. We're there to facilitate the deal to make sure everybody stays on time. And that's what we like about you guys. Everything's about the contract. Time is of the essence. The fact that you guys give $1,000 back to the heroes is something we don't see, especially now that people are like, you know, they're in line to get these pre-qualification letters. I mean,
They are.
nobody's giving incentives out there right now. As a matter of fact, everything's top dollar, and services are expensive.
Well, I've heard. I don't know if you all work with a lot of builders, and I'm not mentioning any company names or anything like that, but I've heard that there are several builders that are even making. They're not taking FHA, VA type loans. They're wanting conventional and cash and no appraisal contingencies. It just, to me, that's hard to fathom if I'm a buyer. Are you all seeing that, or?
No, we are seeing that, and even on the listing side, we've had our last 7 or 8 listings. It's been multiple showings, multiple offers. Uh, the traffic is unparalleled, and they're coming in by the hordes. I mean, and what happens is
It
a
hurts
lot.
the local people.
It does.
Yeah, it does. It kind of prices some people out of the market. Everybody that we had looking last July, because sometimes we'll talk to people and they'll come back 3, 6, 9 months later. And
Right.
I think that's the biggest thing for us is the people who do get referred to us and speak to us. I like to take the time with them, and they appreciate that later. And what's happened is most of those people now, with the market, how everything's jumped up. I mean, really we're 25-35% in some areas in Tampa. Over the last 3 months, the prices of some neighborhoods have skyrocketed.
Yeah, I've seen that. So, what are just real one a couple more things here? I want to be conscious of your time, but the what area do you all primarily service?
Yeah, we're in Land Lakes. So primarily, Hillsborough and Pasco County are
Okay.
kind of our 2 counties that we service.
Okay.
People are now starting to venture out a little further northern into Pasco County, or a little
Right.
more southern into Hillsborough County. We're seeing that for affordability issues, kind of. But anywhere in those 2 counties, we also service Pinellas County. Um, but we're actually looking to expand into like Hernando, Manatee, and Sarasota. But for right now, our major business comes from the relationships we've built in Hillsborough and Pasco County.
Awesome. So, if anybody wants to get in touch with you all, what would be the easiest way to do that?
You can go ahead and reach out to us. My personal cell phone is 813-562-4033. Once again, it's 813-562-4033. You can also reach out to my father, 813-318-2526. And then my email address is cfryer@freyrerealestate.com. His is rfryer@freyrerealestate.com, and her last name spelled Freyre. Once again, it is we're a family owned, family run company. Our name's all over our brand, so for us, our word and our integrity comes first and beyond everything. Our main concern is make sure that you have enough education at the end of the day where you feel comfortable about your purchase. And we also like to take the time afterwards to tell people, if you have any questions about anything, just call us, because I've built homes. My father's built homes. He's constructed buildings. I was a driller for a subsidence company for 5 or 6 years. We've done everything. We know way more than your normal realtor as far as laws and how the contract goes. We know a lot of behind the scenes stuff. And between our program and the knowledge and the experience that we have here, there's few offices I know out there that can compete with us. And we love more than a few of them,
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you all. Chris, Robert, thank you all very much for coming on here today and talking about your program. So the buy programs on your website, so everybody can visit there to get information on it.
Yeah, it's www.freyrerealestate.com. You'll get some information on there about the rebate. We also have a listing program too. If you're really wanting to get the most bang for your buck, we have our List Free with Freyre program, where it's a total of 3%. We actually give you complimentary professional photography and a 3D Matterport walkthrough. So we got programs for realtors, sellers, and buyers out there.
Awesome, man. Well, I will definitely promote this out there and hopefully get you all some business. And thank you all very much. And everybody, thank you all for tuning in. I'll be back in 2 weeks with our next webcast. I look forward to seeing everybody then. I will talk to everybody later. Bye for now.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Bye now.